Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Maryland Public Service Commission's administrative meeting for May the 2nd, 2018. Before we begin, I just want to recognize that Mr. Rob Kane, who is the Assistant Executive Secretary and Assistant General Counsel, is leaving this week. Unfortunately, Rob he's busy closing things out, so he couldn't attend the administrative meeting, but we want to recognize his great service with the agency. He has been with us since 2010, about. Been long-time state employee for many, many years, and has done just excellent work with us, and we will miss him very much. We wish him well in his future endeavors. So with that, let's take our draft minutes from the April 25th, 2018 meeting. I will move to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Minutes are approved.
Mr. Chairman, we have no consent agenda this morning, and also we're going to be deferring items number 4 and 5 to a future administrative meeting. So the first item on the agenda this morning, item number 1, is GC Pivotal LLC Transbeam Inc. filed a joint application for GC Pivotal LLC DBA Global Capacity and Transbeam Inc. to participate in certain financing arrangements.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Janice Flynn for item number 1. With their filing dated March 27, 2018, the joint applicants sought approval to enter into or participate in financing arrangements up to an aggregate of $4 million. The $4 million financing include, $4 billion. The $4 billion financing includes $2 billion in financing that was noted by the Commission by a letter order dated September 13, 2017. The financing may be used for acquisitions, working capital requirements, and general corporate purposes. On April 24th, the joint applicants supplemented their filing with information showing that the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission and the Georgia Public Service Commission have each authorized the transaction. Pursuant to Public Utilities Article 5-203 and 6-101, prior approval of the Commission is required before a public service company can make certain types of debt issuances or guarantees. Certain exceptions to prior Commission authorization are permitted for debt issuances or guarantees of companies that meet the criteria of Public Utilities Article 5-203C5 and 6-101A4. These exceptions apply to companies whose gross annual revenue is less than 3% of the total gross annual revenue of all public service companies in Maryland during the same calendar year, if the company provides the Commission with prior notice of the transaction and obtains approval of the transaction from an entity in another state that regulates the company. Staff has verified that the joint applicant's gross annual Maryland revenue is well below the 3% threshold of the gross annual revenue of all public service companies in the state for 2016, which is the most recent year for which data is available. Staff therefore recommends that the Commission note the financing arrangement.
Thank you. Any questions for staff? If not, do we have a motion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move we note the financing arrangement.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, item 2, Access Point Inc. filed a request for approval of a new debt financing transaction.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Kenneth Albert on behalf of staff. This item addresses a request by a telecommunications carrier, Access Point, for authorization for new debt financing. The financing extends the term of an existing loan and increases the amount of the loan. Staff believes that Access Point has demonstrated that the financing is in the public interest. Therefore, the staff recommends that the Commission approve the no financing under Public Utilities Article 5203 and 6-101.
Thank you. Questions for staff? If not, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the new financing.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Last item on the agenda today, item number 3, is Baltimore Gas and Electric Company filed supplement 445 to PSC Maryland G9. The company proposes to provide the comprehensive balancing service price and self-balancing service price for daily metered customers.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Annette Garofalo on behalf of Commission staff. Under order number 72269, issued November 20th, 1995, affirming a proposed order of the hearing examiner. BGE is required to file an annual analysis of its comprehensive balancing service and self-balancing fees. These fees, which are tariff rates, were ordered to be cost-based until a competitive market is developed. Revenues derived from these rates were ordered to be flowed back to sales service customers through the company's annual fuel case. It is BGE's position that a competitive market is not developed, and using the methodology in the original proceeding, BGE has calculated new rates based on actual and forecasted cost. BGE has no self-balancing customers, however, the rates for self-balancing have decreased, and the comprehensive balancing service fees are unchanged. Staff recommends the Commission accept the proposed tariff revisions for filing with an effective date of June 1, 2018.
Thank you. Any questions for our staff?
Just one, what is a grouping provision?
Is that in our comments?
Yeah, I just said if there was, talked about whether a competitive market is developed, and BG states the marketers have the opportunity to minimize imbalances at the BG City Gate through grouping provisions.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioner. Karen Suckling on behalf of staff. I believe last year I spoke with the company and asked about the grouping position, and multiple customers are able to join together, but I would defer that question to the company for more information.
Not important. I was just curious what it was, that's all.
Well, the company's right here,
Oh,
so
okay.
we
I can
can
answer.
welcome Ms. Cora.
It's what Ms. Suckling said. If you're a single customer, then, you're kind of on your own and you're subject to, if you're out of balance. But if you join within a group, you can use each other's off balances, out of balance positions to offset each other. So it's just a way to, help us actually in a way by kind of offsetting their imbalances, but then also save the group money.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions for staff or the company? If not, I want to thank Ms. Suckling for her analysis on this item. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move we accept the tariff revisions for filing with an effective date of June 1st, 2018.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, thanks, everyone. We are adjourned.